Hello, my name is MrSpaml, and today, as you read in the title, me and... don't know where he is. Oh, there you are.
Whoa.
Ross, what are you
Running
doing?
a little bit late. I'm very sorry about that.
You're very late. Where have you been?
Well, mate, I've been too busy entering the Pine hosting Discord giveaway. Maybe
Right.
you should tell him about it.
Yeah, the one down below. You're just going to go in the giveaway channel, and you could win Unturned on Xbox or PlayStation 4. We're giving away 3 keys, Ross. That's expensive. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you messing up? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, and let's go ahead and get started. So we've broken it down into 6 different sections, and yes, we did just move location. It's magic, Russ. We teleported.
/TP, you know.
We're going to break it down into 6. We have the little categories. We're going to start off with number 1, which is the good. Obviously, we don't want to be all negative. There's a lot of positives with single player Unturned, such as the fact that it's a very good place to get practice, you know? You'll learn how to do this, Russ, like a real professional.
What?
Having the option to play single player has been very, very useful over my time. I've taken loads of thumbnails, I've done loads of cinematics, I've done videos entirely in single player. This video is kind of doable in single player, but Russ came along to help out. So there is positives, it's not all bad, and it gives you a place to practice with your shooting. But I can't really think of much else good about it. But, I mean, do you have anything to add, Russ?
I mean, moving on to the next point is the whole point of single player really is the lore. I mean, you don't really just play Unturned with single player just to be like, oh, I'm going to play with friends, because I have no friends and I play single. And it follows the story about before the outbreak, during, and after. So all the maps incorporate all those 3 main points and then squish them into across these large, various amounts of maps.
But the thing is, you can look at all the lore stuff in multiplayer. Like, it's not really a super strong reason to play single player unless you just can't be bothered with players.
Yeah, that's true. But I believe like the whole point of learning about the lore is to do it by yourself independently and look around and pick those pieces up together. I mean, it's more enjoyable with friends, but I think the whole point of single player is about that lore. It's always incorporated about that one single point of there is an outbreak and there are zombies and you've got to do something about it.
Like, if I'm going to do anything in Unturned, it'll be with a few friends, because it's just
of
a million times better. And that brings us on to the next point. This is probably the biggest point, my least favorite thing about Unturned, or at least one of my least favorite thing. It's the zombies. They just stand there. They don't ever roam about. They don't even feel like characters in a game. They just they're like cardboard boxes, Russ. And they're not exciting to fight, and they get very boring very quickly. You just do this. This is fighting zombies. Walk backwards and smack them every now and then. It's not a good time.
And I must agree with you, like the zombies are not really the most exciting things to fight, apart from the update where they added the acid spitters and the fire throwers and all the megas and those different variations. But I mean, if you really want the good fighting experience, it is with multiplayer servers. And I think PvP as a whole isn't really going to be based off of the zombies, it's based off the multiplayer community. So I think single player lacks a lot of challenges.
The moment you have even slightly decent loot in single player, that is, especially if you're playing on easy, which most players do. Literally, I mean, you can stand on like the correct point on a box and beat a mega with like a stick if you really wanted to. I know I've punched a mega to death before, so like it's possible. It's a little fiddly, but the fact that it's still possible.
The whole point of the zombies is it's supposed to be an easy task for the player to get multiple resources and then build their like survival gear from there. But I mean, once you have a gun, literally, we're here now. There's a gun store there. You get a gun, you shoot the zombies. There's no challenge.
See, a lot of games recently have come out and had much more advanced zombies that actually follow you and like stack each other in hordes. What was it? Was it World War Z? No, that's a film, but there was a game with it. But it had like hordes of thousands of zombies coming at you in this game. What's even stranger is the first version of Unturned. That wasn't in Roblox, obviously. We're not talking about Dead Zone here. But that had zombies that walked around and roamed about. And I think, did Unturned 2? I swear Unturned 2 did. I mean, they're just simple. They just come straight at you. There's nothing exciting about them.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's the whole point of what single player as a whole is based around, the zombies, and it's supposed to reflect the outbreak. If there were no zombies, then it wouldn't really be a survival game. Unturned wouldn't really be the game that it is. But
to be fair, that brings up another point. It doesn't really look like there's been much of an outbreak, does there?
No, not really. Not really. Like, you look around the cities.
There's very few like damaged buildings and like broken things.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at films and other like zombie-related themes, like everything is destroyed, and if you go into the woods, there's at least going to be some zombies there. And in Unturned, it's only based around these city and town areas and farms.
Yeah, which brings us nicely onto the next point, and that's that there's no goal or like end point in Unturned. You can't complete Unturned. There might be an achievement for it that's called like completion or whatever, but that you cannot complete Unturned. It doesn't have like end credits like literally every other game out there. Even Minecraft, which is I guess the most comparable game, you can fight the Ender Dragon, get the credits. There's nothing like that in Unturned, which is a real shame, really.
Of course, I mean, there has to be some sort of end achievement to a single player, like, I don't want to call it a campaign, but it is like a campaign, really. I mean, you can only get the achievements through Steam, but after you do that, it's like, oh, what do I do now? There's nothing you can really do unless if you want to start over and then start all that grind again.
I mean, to be fair, if someone goes through the effort of doing every NPC related quest on a specific map, like Russia's got a lot of it, if someone goes through every single one, there should be a nice end thing, you know, a grand finale, because that would take a very long time. There's a lot of stuff on Russia.
Indeed, yeah. So with all those points concluded, I think we should go on to the final point, and that's how we should fix single player as a whole. Personally, I think the zombies are way too boring. They're just dead things, aren't they, technically? And I think they need to have better...
That's what a zombie is, Russ. Not gonna lie to you.
I think they should have better roaming, and I think linking back to Unturned on console, as we saw in the trailer, I think the horde aspect of that will be very, very good. I think it's much more realistic for zombies to know where your base is and go and kill you, and then get an achievement or loot after that. I think it's just added like a little bit of spice to it. I think it's way too simple and way too vanilla.
I mean, if the zombies like came up to your base and knocked on the door and were like bashing away at it, similar to you've played The Forest, yeah, Russ?
Oh yeah.
Because they like actively find you. Like they're sort of advanced with the paths they follow and patrol. They find your base and then they come back with more each time, and it like progressively gets more and more. Like you could do a system like that in Unturned, where your first night's quite easy, and then progressively it gets harder every night with the horde and the amount that come at you, with all different weird types of zombies. Like imagine if the zombies could like, you know, the crawler ones.
Yeah.
Imagine if they could climb up your base and like go in through the roof and stuff.
Yeah, that's what we're on about. Like we have to like add more variation to Unturned for it to become, I think, like a better single player experience. I think Unturned is very multiplayer dominated in terms of the servers and everything. It's just based around servers. Like I played single player a lot back in the day, but then it says, oh, multiplayer's here. We've got mods, we've got better weapons, we've got a much more better sense of community. It's like, well, I'm bored of single player now. I might as well just move to a multiplayer server.
Yeah. Luckily, a lot of the stuff we've just said is in development for Unturned 2, or at least Nelson discussed it and he said he's got a lot of it planned. I think, sure, the zombies are an issue, but the NPCs, they just need to be better. The missions need to be better, and there needs to be, even if it's just some credits, some quick little credits, a title screen, there needs to be an end point. But anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to comment down below what you think of everything we've said. I'm sure there's some of you out there that absolutely love single player, and you know, leave your thoughts, because I'm interested in what you actually enjoy about it and what you would like changed. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you messing up? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, click the like button for Russ. If you want to see more Russ in videos, click the like button and comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Russell?